construct a truth table for for a statement with only disjunction. Well, that sounds easy enough, but if you don't know what a disjunction is, it gets a little difficult. So what is a disjunction? Well, first of all, a disjunction is an or statement. So anytime you hear somebody say or, that's a disjunction. Symbolically, it's a V, so this is saying P or Q, an example of a disjunction. Now, two things. If at least one statement is true, then the disjunction is true. So in our case, P or Q, as long as either P or Q is true, the entire disjunction is true. And it can only be false if both statements are false. So if P is false and Q is false, then P or Q is also false. All right, let's look at this. Create a truth table that shows P or Q. All right, so we have 2, P or Q. 2 squared is 4, so I'm going to have 4 lines. P and Q. So I start by saying true, true, false, false. Q goes cuts that in half. So instead of 2 trues and 2 false, I do 1 true, 1 false, 1 true, 1 false. The goal is to have 4 distinct sets of 2. Now let's go ahead and do P or Q. Remember, only one item needs to be true for the disjunction to be true. So in the first one, we have true, true. Well, they're both true, so that's good. Then we have true, false. Yep. False, true. Yep. False, false. That is false. That is the only time that a disjunction will be false. Let's look at some words. Consider the following statement. Either I win the lottery or I go to work tomorrow. What is the only way this can be false? Now, think back to well, first, let's do statements. So, I win the lottery could be our first statement, right? I win the lottery. The second statement would be, I go to work tomorrow. I got to go to work tomorrow. Okay, so now if we put those statements into symbols, right, P and Q, then we can think back to our truth table we just finished. So when we look at this truth table, right, because the key word here is or. So the or is a V, so P or Q. What is the only way this can be false? Well, if this is true, this is true, this is true. So this is how they are false. If P is false, okay, well, how do I make P false? I do not win the lottery. Okay, well, how do I make Q false? I do not go to work. So the only way for this to be false is if I do not win the lottery, and I do not go to work tomorrow. So that is the absolute only way this could be false.